So, Errol, you had a look at a business. You've been working for a company, and you like the products. There's a lot of products for women. What's the company called? Or what's the product that they do?
It's a cosmetic studio, so we do business beauty services, and I was working in it before Abundance for about 6 months, and I think my employee was basically waiting for me to do what you said, so I came back from Abundance and said, you know, I stepped up and had changed my mindset and said I want my own, because she was always telling me I was the model employee, and, you know, so, but yeah, so that's when...
You started looking.
Yep.
And you became a mentoring client with us.
Yep.
And you had a big vision of your the real estate and doing all the doing that as well, and actually having that. So you looked at the business and buying the real estate as well. We thought, well, we'll trial one, and you found a place that they wanted about 150,000 or something.
It was 100.
First one?
Oh, the first one was 75.
75.
And we thought, you know, 50.
Pretty good buy. 50.
And then Roy said, no, 25.
Maximum.
And then we saw that that one didn't pan out.
Now, the reason that buying that was because it's all fitted out, it's all the air conditioning, and they've got the basins, they've got all the stuff, and cost them all the money to fit out a place. You'd worked out...
Oh, it'd be... To start from scratch, you're looking close to 150 to 200,000 for a beauty business.
Set up. So to buy it for 75 is pretty good. To buy it for 25 max is even better. Anyway, that one didn't happen. A few weeks later, you find another one, and they want 100,000.
She was originally, it was advertised for 100,000.
100,000. And they'd spent how much on that place, you reckon?
Oh, I think the initial setup would have been around the 200, and they bought it, and I think she didn't say a lot what, but she paid a lot of money for it as a going concern.
It was already a going concern, and it had spent 200, and it had been going for 3 years or something, and she'd kind of lost interest going down.
Yeah, she lost all passion for the business.
Yeah. So a $200,000 business set up, clients coming, and advertise 100,000, and you buy it for
10.
Give her a clap. How excited was Lee at this time, Mr. Freedom over here?
It was kind of surreal, really. At the time, it sort of was quite stressful, but it sort of at the end it just flowed, and you didn't feel like you were taking advantage of her because you were taking over the lease and everything.
She just wanted to get out of there.
Oh, you could see as we progressed in the deal, it was like a big weight was being lifted off her shoulders.
Yeah.
And it was, yeah, really beneficial for us too, because, yeah, like one machine is worth $10,000. If I had started buying from you,
just that one machine. And how many machines are in there? 2. Right. So, and all the air conditioning's in, all the plumbing's in, all that stuff.
All the walls.
Petitions and stuff. And basically give it a coat of paint and put your new sign up and you're in business.
Yeah, new product and...
And your first week you opened up, this all happened in probably a month or something, and your first week you opened up a couple of weeks, about a month ago?
We've been open a month now, yeah.
So, and how much you bring in your first week?
2,000.
Woohoo! What'd you get your next week?
Just over 2.
Okay.
And then 3.
3.
And then we did about 2.5.
So can you hear this? This is like... And how many people you got with you now in your little company now? What have you got?
So there's myself, and I have 2 girls who are kind of contracting because they're on casual, which they get the higher rate.
Mm-hmm.
I do their pay, their tax and that, but they get the higher rate. But I think it ensures that they turn up.
Yeah.
Because they don't get paid if they're not there.
It's good. And it's probably good for them, you know, at that stage, you know, to keep them as that, you know, even though, and of course the responsibility issue, unless they're corporations, is going to be very difficult. You can do it with ABNs and stuff, but it's not quite the same. And I think the casual thing is probably better to go with the flow in that sense. So what have you learned?
Oh, just it's been a huge. When I left Abundance was to be the captain of my life, and that was the big thing. Stepping up and having faith in myself. That was a huge, as Meryn would know for me because she was in my team. That was a huge thing for me at Abundance. And just don't put yourself in those boxes, because that's where the mentoring, I think, comes in, because you sort of show us the box that we're putting ourselves in.
What was it like to think about offering a $10,000? What was the feelings about that?
At the time, it felt really fair, because it was, and I know you said we could have maybe even, but
Got her to pay.
Yeah, but at the time, it felt, it was really, it seemed to be what would flow, and that seemed to me like a fair arrangement.
Yeah.
And she, because up till then, she was having nothing and was stressed and...
Probably losing money every week.
Yeah, well, her BAS that she showed me, I mean, her BAS was $10,000 for 3 months, so she wasn't really bad straits.
And one thing I noticed about you is that always you've been very fair. You know, there's been opportunities where the person that she worked for, who has the business, that she then opened the branch in their name to franchise. They had no franchise. In fact, he was the first franchisee for this. And the negotiation is there's no franchise fee. So she is actually the little trial one, and that's worth a lot. What would you think that franchise fee could have been?
Oh, well, they're getting up there, aren't they? Anything from, like you said, 30 to, we know the girls from Pizza Capers next to us paid something like 200 or something. So
they did, $200,000.
Yeah.
So it's a big value here. And the business that Ariel's tracking is doing 50, 60, 70,000 a month. Is that correct?
They're doing about 40.
40,000 a month. So we're just in early days of getting this business going to this level. But the feeling that you have then of confidence to do that, from the PAYG kind of employee situation to where you are now, because you've got over the first hump of this.
It was a big jump.
When you bought it for 10,000, does that help a bit?
Oh, yeah. From when we were looking initially to starting from scratch, and it was just...
mind-boggling.
Yeah, it was
because you've got to come with all the money, you've got to buy the business, and you've got to set it up. And
yeah.
So can you see again about the capital gain? This is a trading thing. Can you see she's bought that for 10? So what could she sell it for now even? Because the value that she's added, if you've got a business that's producing this kind of income, she's got the systems sort of already in place. She could be out of that business in a month if she wants, and probably pick up 50,000, maybe 100,000. And you know that is an entire business in itself. And we're going to hear a lot about this with Matt and Liz tonight about this on the internet and stuff. But Katrina, remember a guy, Peter, who used to buy and sell the hairdressing salons. Used to buy them for $15,000 and sell them for $30,000, and he'd do it in about a month or two. And this is where the lady set up, you know, the girl's a hairdresser, and dad, you know, and he's wealthy. You know, here's your hairdressing, 150,000, set it all up. Then she's a fight with a boyfriend, and I want out of this, and then it's on the market. And then please take it over, and the girls are fighting with each other, and I don't like this, and you know, she doesn't like her, and her hair's the wrong colour anyway. And she's now sleeping with my boyfriend, so I'm not going to do this anymore. So what would happen, he'd get in there and buy this business for next to nothing to take over the lease, and then he'd put it back on the market. He was doing them very, very quickly. So it wasn't a lot of time. Now, I'm not suggesting that's what you're doing, but can you see there's a business there, and there's another business that she will build this business and then open another one.
Where we want to buy the real estate.
Exactly.
And it's really doing what Katrina and Kelly said when they're talking about that buying. You've got to buy smartly, like the equipment and things. You know, instead of buying new, you buy the second hand for...
Buy at auction, whatever, you check,
It's really looking at all the options.
Exactly. And there's things to be skillful in. You know, if you're setting up a coffee shop, for instance, it's very sharp to buy the furniture, a lot of the cutlery, the china. There's a lot of things you can buy at those auctions. However, the coffee machine, you'll probably buy new. Do you understand? Because you can't have it breaking down. See, there's some skills sometimes. You're going to pay for something that's new because that's your engine. You want it to work. It's got to work. Very, very important. So, taking this now to the next level, because we've only been doing mentoring for, what, a couple of months or something?
2 months.
2 months. What are you getting out of that? And what's our next level, do you think? Where are we going? We're here for 12 months, aren't we? We're just into this.
So the next level...
Well, just go back a second. So what, if you could say, well, these are the things I've gained so far for you. And some of them could be just have someone to bounce some idea on, you know?
Yeah, and I think just what we've started doing is, you know, talking about how protecting ourselves.
Protecting the assets.
Yeah, and the marketing so we can not reliant on walk by traffic. And
we want to make this a destination place. Once they know, she's got some real good marketing going in here with 50% off and stuff like that, that you're starting to get your database built.
In the month, we just had a look through, we've already had just under 150 clients through. So,
how valuable are they? How many do you reckon those women or men know of other men and women? If they just don't know 7, that's over 1,000 people.
Well, in that Go Givers Sell More, it says every person touches another 250 people. So you have to think that one person walking through the door, you're potentially touching another 250, and that's how you influence.
That many people.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So every person walking through is, you know, it's so important that they get the service.
How important has the Go Giver book been for you?
Oh, they've been awesome.
Yep.
Really good. Yeah.
So we might have a look at those stratospheric laws.
Yeah.
They're good
I've
laws.
got them. I had when I was interviewing my team. We talked through it, and we're going at our team meetings. We're going through them in more depth. The little laws. Yeah. Beautiful.
So we've looked also some of the legal parts that's not your flair. So we looked at the contract, looked at the leases.
Licensing.
Yeah, the licensing agreement, so we'll get some advice on that. So we're not signing documents that she's under strict instruction not to sign anything without me seeing it. Because do they press you sometimes? Please sign here. Yep. When you sign it, it's a bit late to discuss it afterwards, and you're supposed to get advice. And
they don't like you getting advice.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
They feel a bit threatened by it, I think.
And when the lady came over and signed it, it was in your name. And I said, no, it's got to be in the corporation name, didn't I? So the lady changed it, crossed it off, wrote the corporation name in, and they all initialed it. Then she took it back to the lawyer. What did the lawyer say?
Basically had a fit at them and said, what have you done? You might as well not have an agreement. You have to get them to sign a personal guarantee, and she's going to charge $300 for that, so they're trying to get us to pay the $300 to sign the personal guarantee, which, yeah.
We're not doing.
We're not doing.
Now, can you see how it goes? He's only protecting himself so she doesn't sue him and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, it's all about what's right. We only want her to have a corporation, have this agreement in. And there's plenty of exit clauses, right, Lee? There's plenty of exit clauses. It's fair. It's a very fair agreement.
It is. Because it is with a friend. So we are It is fair.
And that's why she's saying it's okay, I'm happy with the corporation. The fact that they're having a protective corporation that says limited liability, normal staff.
Yep.
Correct.
But yeah, so just it's having the belief in yourself.
Mm. And our next step, well, we've got a number of steps. Our next step would be to get the real estate. We're going to take our time. We're going to own the real estate, and we're going to put the shop in it.
Yep.
And then we're going to sell that business and keep the real estate. And then and we're going to do that 10,000 times. No, just kidding. How many times will we do it?
Oh. At least 10.
So at 10 times, how valuable will that be? And will there be more money in the real estate than there'll be in the business?
Definitely.
Okay. So...
But the main for the business was, I was thinking, how can I increase my income so Lee can...
Stop digging holes and stuff.
Stop doing the plumbing, and this was the way that I could see forward to increase our income.
Correct. So one of the things we're going to be working on for this next 10 months and more, there's many things. One of the big things will be marketing and to build this up. Okay. So I gave you a little test, didn't I, the other day? And I said there are 3 ways to increase your business.
Yep.
And the first way was to get some more...
Get more customers.
More customers, more clients. Okay, so that's a way. And we want to increase our income here, our value, by getting some more customers. So if we had 100 customers, and this is our customers, and we could do a 20% increase on those customers, we'd get 120 a week coming in, say, right? So that was number one. This is a very old piece of information. It's so accurate today, it hasn't changed in 20 years since I've heard this story. And there are many, many ways of increasing customers in the sense of what do you do, you know, to advertising, to, you know, marketing, doing various things and doing all that. Yes, is everyone kind of clear that there's many, many ways of doing that? And the second one
was selling more services or more products.
Yeah. So if you were selling a product, let's just say $100, just for the math easy, and that was the sale, and you got a 20% increase on that sale, and that's worth $120, say, per sale, okay? Then I said there was a third way, and obviously we had more and more services on this and more ways of increasing this, more and more ways of increasing that. And then I said there's a third way, and she was having a little think about that, and you've had about it for almost a week now to think about this.
No, 2 days.
2 days, was it? Time flies when we're having fun. That's right, we're in Coffs
Wednesday.
Harbour.
Yeah, you were in Coffs Harbour.
On Monday or Tuesday or something. Yeah, a couple of days. Yep. And you thought?
I don't know, just because I've been reading the Go-Givers, I thought by giving more,
So she
that's
put
going to increase. Because if you give more, you receive more.
You get more. That's true. That's the fourth way.
Yeah.
The fourth way actually affects all of these.
Yeah.
But I want you just to have a talk to your buddy now, real quick, 30 seconds, and think if you can think of the third way. That isn't about increasing the customers and isn't about, it's okay, and isn't about, thank you, about sales, and it will involve services, it will involve action. So have a little quick talk to your buddy, real quick. And this is so hot. We just need these air conditioners down. It is. That's good. Okay. 10 seconds. Give your buddy a clap and thank you very much. Now, I first heard this with J. Abrahams in 1980, so that's how long ago this was, or 1985 or something like that. And I found that startling. I was in a Michael Gerber program. Who's got an idea what it is? One person, two people. Let's start over here, yell it out.
More frequent retention customers.
Absolutely. Give them a clap. Woo! One of my mentoring clients. So if they come in, let's say, 5 times, well, it's not money, 5 times, or make it 4, make it easier, 4 times a month as a thing, or 4 times a quarter or something, this is frequency or turn up. And we got a 20% increase on that 4 times. 4 times a 20% increase is, what's that, 4.8, is that right? Not much, just 20%. Now we've got a calculator. And just do the calculation here and multiply 4 times. Got a calculator? Okay, put it in 4 times by 100 by 100. What do we get? 40,000. Now, if we're going to go up by 20%, what do you reckon, Tinkerbell? What's it going to be? Just shh. 40,000, we're going to go up by 20%. What do you think, Abundance? 8,000? 48,000? Let's have a look. So we're doing 4.8. Calculator, fit it in. 4.8 times 120 times 120. 69,120. So how come it's not 48? Because the multipliers on the multipliers on the multiplier, compound rate of return. It's almost not quite half, not quite 100%. It's like, 70, 80% up. Who's learning something here? So what happens with people, and the work we're going to do with Ariel, is that we're going to work on her increasing her customers. She's already started that. We're going to increase her sale per matter, but the most important thing we want to do is increase their frequency. In fact, that frequency can be a lot higher than that to get them to come back more often. And that's the difference. You need to bring some... There's a person working with you straight away. It's good. Okay. Any questions for Ariel? Or anything you want to say, best 3 things for you that you've learned? Any questions? Microphone. Quick. Microphone. They're in deep conversation there.
You seem to have had to think about that question, that offer. What was the waiting 2 days to think about it?
No, it wasn't an offer. I asked her to work out what the third thing was. She was trying to figure out what the third thing was. That was what she had to think about.
So you didn't tell her?
No, I just let her to think about it.
I thought there was some plan she was...
No.
Frequency plan she was
No, she had to think about what that was, and she was thinking go giver. She was coming up with different things. Good job. Anyone else? Okay, let's talk quickly about 3 things that you reckon you've gained from this exercise for you. What would you say?
Things I've gained. It's just really reinforcing what we've all been talking about, is being the captain and having faith. 2 huge...
Big issues for you.
Yeah. And just not limiting yourself.
No limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
And how do you feel now from being the employee to what you're doing now? How freeing is this, even though it's scary, obviously?
It's really good. It's really exciting.
Yeah.
Like I was saying to Merlin, we had a quiet day and you start... But then I got my goals card out and started reading through it, and that sort of gets you back on track.
Now, there's a second here you nearly didn't get to this program because you had to work. Remember that? Saturday?
Yeah.
And I said, look, they'll be really, really good. And within a heartbeat on our call, she says, I'm coming. Remember that?
Yeah.
And that's fabulous. because did Freedom here share something here that would be valuable? Imagine if he missed that presentation. And he was at work. So about the auction.
Yeah.
So I'm going to suggest, and it's not just us, it's all of the things you can do, you know, Liz and Matt and a whole range of areas. Invest your time on you and this business and your family to work on this business and not in it. And you will get called and you'll get like an employee again, think you've got to work, but you're better off stopping and working on it.
And don't procrastinate.
Exactly.
It's
good.
We're good at procrastinate.
That's good. You're doing great. Who's learned something here? Let's give her a big hand. Well done. That was really good. Good job.